A very warm welcome, everyone. Myself, Manish Prabhakar Singh, Department of English, Model College, Kharsawa, affiliated to Kolhan University, Chaibasa. Today, we are going to understand the topic business communication. But before that, let us understand the word communication. The word communication has been derived from the Latin word communis, which means common. Now, what does the word communication really means? It is imparting or exchanging of information or ideas with the help of any medium. The process of communication involves a speaker who encodes a message and a recipient who decodes the message. The process sounds a very simple one, but in reality, it's a complex subject. If you look at the middle of the diagram, you will notice two words, channel and barrier. The way of transmitting message, suppose in the form of speech or writing, is the channel. But sometimes, while communicating, the message is not received exactly the way the sender intended. It could be due to different barriers like physical barriers, cultural barriers, etc. So just remember that the communication is a process which involves a sender who transmits a message through a channel in an encoded form while the recipient receives the message who decodes it and then gives the feedback. Now, let us move towards the topic business communication. Business communication is the process of sharing information between people within and outside the company. It relates to the business activities and how one is able to convey the ideas in an efficient manner. It is related to trade, law, finance, administration, and management, which are all part of business enterprise. If you look at the given image, it shows different methods of business communication, which includes emails, presentations, conference calls, written reports, and nowadays also social media. Let us take an example. Suppose you are working in any MNC. Now, you have been working on a project and you have to report about it. It could either be a written report or in the form of presentation. The discussion which would take place would be in the form of a conference meeting. It could be a physical one or the meeting could take place through conference calls. If the higher authorities have to convey some information, it would be through emails. The company would also have social media accounts for their communication with the consumers. So, from the above example, you can clearly understand how business communication works. If you look at the method of a directional business communication, one of them is top down communication. In this type of communication, the message is passed down from the top of the business hierarchy to the bottom based on a need to know basis. Another one is bottom up communication, in which the message is conveyed from bottom to the highest authorities. The last one is horizontal communication, in which the communication is done on the same level with very little information moving up or down. The objectives of business communication includes giving information, persuasion, that is to convince others for your own ideas, conveying suggestion, advice, motivation, training, guidance and counseling, warning and appreciation, resource utilization, and management efficiency. If a person lacks the communication skills, he will not be able to survive in the workplace management, as it plays a crucial part in an individual's skill development. Your way of communication can send sometimes the wrong message, which you never intended. So, at any workspace, it is required by an individual to have language for the basic communication. So, what do we mean by language of business? It is the way we use language and it is not similar to our day to day communication. You are not going to use the same words which you use while talking to your friends, your parents, or any informal method. The same way you will not apply while talking or while exchanging ideas with the higher ups. The first key concept we should understand is tone and style. It is an integral part of our communication. Let us talk about tone. It is the voice which changes the meaning of the words by change in your pitch, intonation, volume, and tempo. The voice of your tone plays a key part in conveying the correct message. Now let us understand about style. You see, every person has a unique communication style in which one interact and exchange information. Generally, we differentiate style in four basic ways, that is passive, aggressive, passive aggressive, and assertion. Before going further on the different types of styles, let us look first at the given image, which will help you to understand the key element of successful communication. That is your body language, which means the style of communication with the tone of the voice and then the words you use. If the voice does not match with the body language and you do not use the correct words, then it is not a successful communication. Let me give you an example. Many times, while talking to your friends, you start to feel bored on some particular topic. As soon as you start feeling bored, tone of your voice change and your body language becomes passive. It straight away conveys the message that you are not interested in the particular thread of communication. Now let us in concise understand the four types of communication style. The passive communication style usually fails to express the feelings or needs. The communication do not have self-confidence, which is quite clearly displayed by lack of eye contact, poor body posture, and an inability to no. To say no. The second communication style is aggressive one. It is emphasized by speaking in a loud and demanding voice, maintaining eye contact, and in most cases, dominating or controlling others. The third communication style is passive aggressive. It simply means that the communication is appearing passive on the surface but carries about a lot of resentment which sometimes comes out in indirect ways. The last and the most effective style of communication is assertive, which features an open communication link while not being overbearing. They are able to express their ideas and thoughts while also being able to understand the communicative needs of others. Now, moving forward, let us understand the term jargon. Jargon is one of the defining features of register and is usually associated with the technical vocabulary with a specific work of interest. Let us understand from the given example. If you look at the first example, it shows a doctor informing the patient about the disease with a scientific name. The patient will not understand as he has no idea about that term as it is associated with the field of medicine. Similarly, in the second example, if you look at the highlighted words, they're example of jargon in business communication. So in a basic term, we can say that the jargons are specific terms associated with a specific field and it works within that field and not the others. You can see some popular budge phrases which are used in workplaces like blue sky thinking, the helicopter view, out of the box thinking, etc. Moving on to the next term, cliché. It is borrowed from French and it started as printer's jargon where something was reproduced repeatedly. If you look at the word cliché, it means any expression, idea, or element that has become used to the point of losing its original meaning or effect. Moving on to the next term, ambiguity. Before explaining this term, let us look at the example first. If you see, the first person says a statement, call me a cab, to which the second replies, you are a cab. Now, the first person utterance has two meanings. The first being to call a cab for him, and the second that he should be called a cab. Such type of sentences which has more than one meaning creates ambiguity which does not make the message clear. You see, many times, suppose in class you state, I am happy. Now, if you look at the sentence used, it can mean that either you are happy from your emotional side or your name itself is happy. So, while speaking, one should try to be concise and clear as ambiguity can create distorted meanings which will not be easily clear for everyone. There are two types of ambiguity, latent ambiguity and patent ambiguity. So, to conclude, we can say that to have proper business communication in an effective manner, one should follow the 6 C's, that is, clarity, completeness, conciseness, consideration, courtesy, and correctness. Look at the given chart, and it will become quite clear that how one should use the principle for an effective business communication, as it will help a person in a long run and he would be able to convey his ideas or messages in a more clear and precise manner. Thank you.